Welcome guys to today we are going to check on the shocks. We know times are tough in our country or even in the world. The economy is tough. That's why we are saying you need to develop some shock absorbers on your wallet. But today we are talking about an interesting part in the vehicle, the shock absorber. Let me first of all absorb the shock absorbers of heat. So we are going to talk about the suspension system. The suspension system, we've got this part, the shocks here. So the function of the suspension system, it is to ensure that it's absorb uneven road surface and road shocks, because we know our roads are very either uneven. So we were privileged to get these shocks that we just brought them out from the Honda Airwaves. So we've got an old shock and a new shock. So these shocks always fails, I can say, either due to our driving habits or also due to our either the roads. But how do we know our shocks are worn out? When you're driving, you feel there is too much tension or too much noises coming from either the tire wheel side. You need to visit the workshop and check for the shocks. Also, when I compress these two shocks, the old one and the new one, I want you to see. We want to check on you see the old one is stuck at the bottom, but the new one is protruding. So this shows that our shock has failed. Our shock has failed. Also, there is another part that goes with this shock called the coil spring. The coil spring, and this goes to Kenya. We know our roads are the bumps on our Kenyan highways. Those bumps are insane. As people from the BMW and the Mercedes, we are feeling the pain with our bumpers all over. So these are the coil spring. We can use this one to adjust height. I usually do not advise us to adjust height by use of the spacers, because it's a foreign material. Even the insurance does not allow that. So these are our coil spring. We see is a cone in a shape of a cone. This is our coil spring where it acts on this one. This is the assembly of our assembly now. So we usually also, this is an additional component where we call the upper mounting, which allows the fixing of the suspension system to the body frame. So this always ensure that you visit your workshop. When you feel any noise coming either from your side, either when going through a bump or even going through a corrugation, you need to go and check your coil spring, condition of the coil spring, the shock, and also the upper mounting. So on the rear side on this Honda Airwave, we are having this type of suspension where this is a damper, and also it functions with the coil spring but is separate, unlike in the other where it's just an assembly of this one inside here. So that was much on the suspension system. You go visit our workshop, and also we are going to check on the condition of your shock, the condition of your mounting, the condition also on your arm bushes. Also, thank you for that. Don't forget to subscribe.